Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. It's a tropical Caribbean island with beautiful beaches, great food, and good-looking people. Puerto Rico is a type of paradise that many people dream of. Work so hard in their day jobs to be able to enjoy. And for many Americans, that dream isn't too far out of reach. Because technically, it's America. And it has been ever since 1898, when it was taken by force after the Spanish-American War, ending 400 years of Spanish colonial rule and making it a US-controlled territory. Puerto Rico's origin story starts much earlier than the arrival of the Spanish in the 15th century. More than 1,000 years before Columbus, the island was inhabited by the indigenous Taino people, who called their island Borinquen, and much of modern-day Boricua culture stems from the island's indigenous heritage. The colonial settlement of the Spanish in the early 1500s saw the Taino population drastically reduce due to a mixture of diseases and the introduction of encomienda, a system of extreme forced labour which saw Taino people in many cases worked to death. I'm in the old historic centre of San Juan, and this city has so much history. We're talking 500 years of history. So when the Spanish colonised the island of Puerto Rico, they decided to make San Juan their base, and that's what they called it, the city of San Juan. So it's built on a hill and it has a very good vantage point over the coast, which is why for them strategically made sense to have their base here, and they built these incredible fortresses and castles to defend against invaders. It's a really beautiful area. There's so many colourful colonial houses and the architecture is very beautiful. It really reminds me of other historical centres from the colonial era, which I've seen in other Caribbean and Latin American countries. It's a really nice place to walk around and just soak up some of that history. This is one of the plazas in the historical centre, and I absolutely love it because this is just a very relaxing place and you always see a lot of local life here. I wanted to take the opportunity to talk about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. They're an online website design service and they really helped me in my journey to creating a website. A lot of people find it very daunting. I know I did when I first started, with the thought of making a website because I had no previous knowledge of how to build one, and I know a lot of people feel the same. Squarespace are incredible. They make it really, really straightforward for you to create a really professional, beautiful looking website. So they've got lots and lots of very nice looking ready-made templates. They also have just launched a new AI technology, which is Squarespace Blueprint AI. With this brand new AI technology, it makes it very easy to select what pages you want for your website. You can also feed it what your website is all about, and it will come up with a professionally written, really catchy bio, making it really, really easy to come up with a very stylish website. So I used Squarespace, for example, and I came up with a really beautiful mobile template, which is incredible because they have both website and mobile compatibility, and it has just been such a straightforward way of creating my website. So if you need a website for your passion project or your business, I really recommend checking out Squarespace. You get a free trial, and once you're ready to launch your website, you can get 10% off using my code MeliniAngelica when you visit squarespace.com/MeliniAngelica. During the Spanish colonial period, thousands of enslaved Africans were brought to the island to work in the gold mines and the sugar, coffee and tobacco plantations that fueled the island's economy. Several of the island's musical genres have deep African roots and have evolved from ways of coping during times of violent oppression into expressions of Boricua culture and resistance today.
Ay, me estoy poniendo canoso y medio doblado también.
is the first time that I'm listening to plena music. Plena is native to Puerto Rico. It's pretty amazing though, because like you can really feel how connected the Puerto Ricans are to like the music of their land, the music of Puerto Rico. ¿Gusta esta música, plena?
Plena es de 1910.
La plena es de 1910.
Esa es la manifestación de cantar las penas del pueblo. La plena es boricua.
Boricua es música de isla, música de isla.
Soy de aquí. La plena se toca con 3 tambores. El tum, tum, tum.
Allá viene la máquina con
los 3 conjuntos son la plena. Gózalo, gózalo, gózalo.
Allá viene la máquina con sus 3 colores, presentaron de frente.
Do you like this music a lot, the plena music?
So the first thing that I would say is I am not a black person. So plena came from black people in here in the Caribbean, and it is ancestral communion because they will sing songs about enslaved people and how they resisted.
Yeah.
It's like a way to, through that storytelling, keep our history.
Yeah.
And
Do you
our
feel like
legacy
like it
alive.
connects you to your like history,
So
ancestors?
you can learn a lot from hearing the songs and the stories that they tell.
Yeah.
Que a mí me da igual. Gigante, gigante, ven, bayomba. Aquí la ponen. Vean, ¿a qué hora es?
Amazing.
¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es?
Fun. "25 minutes up into the hills from San Juan is one of the island's oldest weekend lunch traditions. The winding roads are dotted with lechoneras specializing in one thing and one thing only: lechon, whole pigs slow roasted for up to 8 hours over hot charcoal. Rancho de Apa is an institution in the world of lechon and has been serving up mouth-watering pork to its loyal customers for 3 generations. So esto es el lechon.
Lechón.
Entonces empiezan a las 4 de la mañana.
Sí, correcto, porque hay varias lechoneras que tienen el sistema de gas, pero nosotros usamos
Pero
carbón.
usas carbón.
La tradición es con carbón.
Eso es lo tradicional.
Exacto.
¿Y cambia el sabor?
Mucho.
Mucho,
Sí,
sí.
porque como es como leña.
Es como una...
ahumado.
Yeah, so tú sientes eso cuando lo
Cuando lo
comes,
comes.
¿no? Es como
Sí,
una
la diferencia es
infusión.
mucha.
Wow.
¿Qué
¿Son de
tiene?
acá, la isla?
Sí.
¿Sí?
Exacto. Puedes ir al supermercado y comprar, pero son importados. Nosotros
Importado.
compramos de aquí.
De aquí,
Que
¿no?
la calidad es diferente y el sabor también.
Sí. Entonces esto es un puertorriqueño fresco.
Exacto. Yo pienso que el lechón es de Puerto Rico o es como que, a suponer, las personas dicen el mofongo es de Puerto Rico, pero el lechón es puertorriqueño.
¿Y cómo sabes cuándo está listo?
Pues, mi papá es el king del lechón.
Sí. ¿Es tu padre que lo chequea?
No, él está como que like retiring now.
Ah,
Entonces,
so you are taking over.
Exacto.
Ah, so you're learning.
Exacto.
¿Y tu padre está acá
Sí,
hoy?
está allí.
Ah, sí.
¿Viste? Míralo.
Ya estás relajando porque tu hija hace todo. ¿Sí?
Sí, yo no entregué el negocio, pues tiene que trabajar.
¿Qué tal? ¿Te gusta el lechón? ¿Te encanta?
Me encantaba ya, ¿no?
¿Por qué?
Si picaba antes, yo era el picador. Si yo picaba 20, de los 20 comía.
Imagínate. Él sí lleva toda su vida comiendo lechón porque mi abuelo fue el que empezó. Cuando él nació ya estaba.
Ya estaba.
Sí.
Yeah. So yeah, it's done. It's ready.
Ya.
Wow.
Quiero que le corte la cabeza.
First thing that they cut is the head. Wow. Whoa, okay, this is an absolute feast. of everything traditional Puerto Riqueño. This is the pork cheek, and it just looks so tender. Stunning piece of meat. Let's try some of this pork shoulder now. It's amazing. As soon as you put it into your mouth and you start chewing, it just crackles. So this is what you call pasteles. Inside you have pork, and then around it you have what's called the masa, which is basically a mixture of green banana, pumpkin, then they stuff it with the pork, wrap it in the banana leaf and steam it. It's almost like mashed up pork, and it's so good.
I love your accent.
No, thank you. Are you from, well, you're Puerto Riqueñas, but you live in the States?
Yeah, we're all from here.
Are you all live in the States now?
Yeah, we all live in the States now.
Yeah. Whereabouts?
New Jersey.
New Jersey, okay.
Yeah.
Is this your first time back for
I've actually been multiple times already here.
Been multiple times.
Yeah, with my aunts or my sister.
Yeah. You moved to the States when you were very young.
My mom, yeah, she moved
Your
us
mom.
over, and then we stood a couple of years, but we'll come back and visit most of the time.
Because it's quite unusual, obviously. It's
Yeah.
part of the United States.
Yeah, U.S. territory. So,
US
yeah.
territory, but so culturally different to
Yes,
the
very much. We
USA.
still try to keep our,
Yeah, like
the
if people
culture.
ask you, like, where are you from, or do you feel more like, would you say Puerto Rican, or would you say American?
I always say Puerto Rican. So it's gonna stay in my heart. I'm always gonna be that Puerto Rican girl, even if I go to America. I can get Americanized, but I'm still gonna say, hey, I'm like full-blown Puerto Rican. Like, it's me. Everything that I basically became from here, I brought it back to America, and it's always been like that. It's like I can still have my culture and everything, and the experiences and my food and everything. Be able to share that with everybody else from America.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love it.
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
really nice.
The historic neighbourhood of La Perla sits just outside what used to be the old town city walls and has prime views overlooking the bay. This is a tight-knit community of residents who have resisted the gentrification and commercialisation which has spread throughout much of San Juan. Here, one of the oldest musical genres on the island, bomba, is practiced and celebrated by its residents as a tribute to the enslaved people who first called this place home.
Pretty amazing because the drummer follows the dancer's lead. Every step the dancer takes, the drummer mirrors. So it's pretty incredible to see that connection, that communication now between the dancer and the musician. Talking about being African and that kind of resistance, that story of, enslaved Africans here on the island. Bomba music for them, it's in their veins, and that's what she's singing. She's like, for us Africans, bomba is in our veins. And this is actually called Plaza de los Negros, which is Plaza of the Black People. The beaches in Puerto Rico are absolutely stunning. Turquoise waters, just so many green palm trees, it's so exotic. This beach is so local, and what I love is that, all the locals bring, their speakers, everyone's playing their own music. You'll hear bachata, salsa, reggaeton. And it's a Saturday, so everyone's just enjoying themselves. It's really cool because obviously it's really, really hot and sunny, the sun's out, and what people do is they bring little makeshift chairs, tables, and basically they set them up underneath these huge palm trees all along the beach. So it's so nice because you just see everyone sort of like doing their own little beach barbecues and beach picnics.
Hola.
Are you guys having a fiesta?
Yes.
¿Sí?
No pequeño.
No pequeño, una fiesta grande.
Una fiesta.
Traes todas tus cosas, comida, bebida.
Amigas de trabajo. Compañeras de trabajo.
De trabajo.
Todas.
¿Sí? Háblame un poco de Puerto Rico, de los puertorriqueños, ¿qué te gusta de ser de acá?
Nosotros los puertorriqueños somos únicos. Tenemos las mejores playas, las mejores comida, todo. Somos únicos.
¿Sí?
Somos únicos. Pero nosotros somos un pueblo tropical, caliente. Hay las mejores comidas, porque en verdad las mejores comidas, pero hay otros estados que hacen mejores comidas que nosotros.
Sí.
Pero
es una isla muy
bonita,
muy bonita y la gente así muy cálida, ¿no?
Somos cálidas.
Sí, sí. Porque hay como una mezcla en los puertorriqueños, ¿no? Un poco de todo.
Africanos, de indio, de todo.
Indio, español,
todo lo tenemos. Todo.
Hay una mezcla, ¿no? Estás haciendo tu barbecue,
hamburger y hot dog.
¡Ay, qué lindo!
Y en la bebida no puede faltar. Dale algo fuerte, margarita, una sandía.
Están haciendo también
una sandía.
Sí, sí.
Vamos a una sandía.
Es una sandía estilo
puertorriqueña. De Puerto Rico para el mundo.
Salud. Salud, encantada, mucho placer. So, esto es lo que hacen los fines de semana, ¿no? Venir a la playa.
Por la noche los vamos los vecinos y los vamos para cualquier chinchorro.
Yeah. Chinchorrear por la noche, por la tarde. Y por el día, playa, sol, música,
exacto,
comida. Wow.
Porque por la noche es que se empieza lo bueno.
I love the way they're just like barbecuing the meat, and it's so nice, you know, don't even know me and offering me a whole hamburger.
Es mejor que el Burger King. Más saludable que Burger King, McDonald's. Mucho ritmo. Y dejarte llevar con la música. Ahora, exacto. Virola y me vuelvo viral. Virola y me viro y me viro. Y la metaido.
Encantada, muy encantada. Muchas gracias. So fun. You don't want to leave the party? One of the things that's very, very popular in Puerto Rico as a tradition is when you come to the beach, the back of the beach is lined with all these kiosks just across the road. So they're all doing really typical Puerto Riqueño fried dishes like alcapurrias, you've got bacalao, cod fritters, and everyone just comes here after the beach to basically drink, eat, and do a bit of kiosk hopping. I'm going to try the alcapurria and the bacalao, the two traditional fried snacks here. What does the alcapurria have inside?
You can have either meat, like beef, or a huella, which is like a land crab.
With a little pique.
Okay, little picante.
Like pique, yeah.
Picante, yeah. Okay. Alcapurria with crab inside. So good. Try the bacalao. This is basically a cod fritter. Absolutely delicious. Okay, I'm going to head to the next kiosk now because there are so many of them and I really want to soak up the kind of chinchorrear vibes. Chinchorrear here is to basically, you know, hop from place to place, get some drinks, some food, go on to the next place. That's what they say is chinchorrear. I found a very cute place, La Casa Maria, the yellow house. right by the water. They've got live music, it's absolutely packed full of people, and it's such a great vibe. The live music, the band, they're amazing. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Eres de Puerto Rico?
Sí.
¿Sí? ¿Qué
Aquí
tal?
estamos.
¿Te gusta vivir acá?
Seguro. Somos de la isla.
¿Qué te gusta más de vivir acá en Puerto Rico?
La gente, las playas, la música.
Hay música por todos lados.
La música nos trae juntos.
Sí.
Podemos ser súper extraños, pero la música nos puede conectar sumamente rápido.
¿Es algo que hagas en los fines de semana, ir a bailar?
Todos los fines de semana, todos los días si se puede. Todos los días sí se puede.
Mucho gusto, encantada.
Encantada, un placer. Salud, bienvenida, que la pase bien.
Salud.
Que disfrute la isla.
Seguro.
Muchas gracias. Well, I have to say, the culture in Puerto Rico is amazing. It just really is all about music, dancing, hanging out with friends and family.
Tiene que moverlo todo así. ¡Eso! Dar una vueltita y hacemos hacia atrás. Buen trabajo.
Ay, gracias. Old San Juan is the place to come if you want to dance to reggaeton. Now, reggaeton is absolutely huge. This is where, you know, reggaeton is said to have been born, in Puerto Rico, and you've got this road here lined with bars blaring out reggaeton. So, you know, it's a pretty fun vibe. People love it. People love it here. It's a very kind of sexy music. Everyone's loving the reggaeton here. Tell me about reggaeton in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, here we have a lot of fun. It's a party country. Like the music is from here.
They say that reggaeton came from Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah, started from the 90s with the Noise group that started, you know, a series of, you know, gatherings of people to start hearing reggaeton.
And you had like Daddy Yankee.
Yeah, Daddy Yankee, the Momad, a lot of artists that were part of that movement that gave the reggaeton. Yeah, that's the flow, yeah. Girls, you got the vibe.
Wow. People going absolutely crazy for this music, and the dancing is so sexual. What they call pereando. Pereando is pretty much dry humping.
The central mountain range town of Ciales is famous for its roadside restaurants and is where many Puerto Ricans come to on the weekend to soak up the fresh mountain air and feast on traditional dishes. Casa Viejas is a long-standing institution which serves up old-school island recipes and house cocktails to a faithful weekend crowd.
This is your typical 1950s, 60s grandma house, you know, grandma style cooking. So I've got a few things. I got pastelitos de carne molida, deep fried pastry filled with minced meat, the morcilla, the blood sausage, and then what they're really famous for here, which is the pernil al caldero. basically stewed pork in a bitter orange, and it comes with tostones, which are your green plantains. Very much, Sunday lunch food, typical after a night out on a Saturday drinking. This is, perfect hangover food. So the food of Puerto Rico really has those cultural influences, Spanish, the African origin, the island food that grows here. Just incredible, really amazing food here. This is like something very local, una tradición muy local en los fines de semana, the weekends, venir acá.
Chinchorreo.
Chinchorreo se llama. ¿Chinchorreo es qué?
Que va por chinchorros son negocios de bebida.
De bebida.
Tú vas y entras en esto y más adelante en otro y más adelante en otro.
Y otra.
We hanging out, like we hang out after hanging out.
So you go to like de bar a bar, beber una cerveza, luego otro bar, en las montañas. Have you guys always lived in Puerto Rico?
We lived in Puerto Rico, and then we moved to the U.S., and now we're back.
Okay.
We're back to where everything started.
Wow.
When you go out there, you appreciate the island better.
Yeah, you
Yeah. You don't have you appreciate the things that you had, and then you lose them, and then when you come back, it's like, wow. It's like the blessings are highlighted more.
Now that Puerto Rico is like a territory of America, how are Puerto Ricans different to Americans?
In a lot of ways, in a lot of different ways. We have our own culture, we got our own history, our own everything.
I think it's very interesting that it's part of the US, but culturally and historically, it's got its own story, its own cultural influences.
It's a particular situation because it's like we got our own culture and we feel like we are our own country, but we've been under, first it was Spain and now it's the US. So on paper, we're not really a country, but we really are a country. Like, so, yeah.
It's weird that on paper it's...
Yeah, and it's weird, we're under the US and we can't even vote for a president. So it's like, it's a weird arrangement because certain people want it to be a state, some people want it to be independent, some people want it to be like this, still like this, so there's always that conflict. That's like the main conflict. You can believe in a political party, a religion, anything, but at the end of the day, like, we all get together no matter what it is, no matter what line it is, that shit don't matter. It goes beyond that. And that, I feel like that's the magic of Puerto Rico. With the music, everything, the food, everything, the culture unites us. So it's beautiful.
Yeah. Salud. Encantada. Mucho gusto. Salud. Gracias.
Puerto Rico is blessed with natural beauty and vibrant forest ecosystems. The tropical rainforest of El Yunque, which sits on the slopes of the Luquillo mountain range in the east of the island, is a place which was of great importance to the island's first inhabitants, the Taino. They considered this area sacred and are said to have referred to the tallest peak in the range as Yunque, which means white land and refers to the thick clouds that encircle the peak. It's home to hundreds of native plant and animal species and has natural pools and waterfalls throughout. It's a place of mysticism and magic because of the Taino heritage which lives on in the 28,000 acres of sacred land which make up this tropical rainforest. Even after 500 years of domination by foreign powers, Puerto Rico's spirit remains true to its Boricua roots. It's about family, friends, good food, and artistic expressions of identity. The sounds of the island are what gives Puerto Ricans joy, strength, and above all else, the power to continue to resist.